Everybody is blessed when they come into meditation. Only the pure in heart will come into meditation. So those people who are coming into meditation practice are the pure in heart, and they are all blessed. We are all blessed by meditation that we do, and we have to pass on the teaching of the meditation to everybody else so that they also become blessed. But only the pure souls will come to you, not impure souls. When it happens, the pure soul always seeks meditation. Impure souls, they don't seek meditation. You see, Kauravas, they don't seek Krishna. Only Pandavas seek Krishna. Even if when Krishna asks some 5 villages from Kauravas, they don't give it them because they are impure. But Pandavas, they have martyred their whole lives to Krishna. So the whole story of Mahabharata is impure souls versus pure souls versus meditation. Krishna represents meditation. Kauravas represent impure souls. And Pandavas represent pure souls. So all Pandavas, they seek Krishna's presence. All pure souls, they seek meditation's practice. Krishna's presence means practice of meditation. Krishna is the concept. Is the concept of meditation. The concept of meditation, Bhagavad Gita says to Arjuna, hey Arjuna, you do meditate. Yogi Bhava Arjuna. Krishna is meditation. Krishna is not a personality. Krishna is the concept. Pandavas are not personalities. They are pure souls. They are concepts. Kauravas are not personalities. They are concepts. So, through Mahabharata, through the creation of these personalities, Vedavyasa has described the whole scenery. What is the impure soul, what is the pure soul, what is meditation. The concept is important. The personalities are not important. What is the concept of Krishna? Meditation is the concept of Krishna. What is the concept of Pandavas? Pure souls. What is the concept of Kauravas? Impure souls. That's all. That is the concept. So, I came into meditation 40 years back because I am a pure soul. All pure souls, naturally, they want meditation. And they will get meditation wherever they are, howsoever they are. You are somewhere in Australia, you got your meditation. If you are a Pandava, you will always get your Krishna. If you are a Kaurava, you never want a Krishna. Even though he is by your side, you don't want him. But Pandavas always want Krishna. Pandavas are surrendered to Krishna. So pure souls are surrendered to meditation. We are all pure souls here, gathered here early in the morning to exchange our ideas about concepts about meditation. This is Mahabharata. This is Vedavyasa's teaching. When he wrote Mahabharata, he wanted to spread meditation all over the universe, cosmos. Why he wrote that book? Epic book. Impure souls always give trouble to pure souls. Unending troubles. And pure souls always go through those troubles. And finally, they are the victorious ones. They become victorious because of meditation. Because of the help of Krishna. If Krishna were not there, they would not have been victorious. Krishna sees to it that they become victorious. So meditation gives us victory in our life.
That was a wonderful message from Master, our Brahmarshi Patriji. So let's begin the session with 20 minutes meditation, which Patriji always insisted why the meditation is important. So let's begin. Cross your legs, clasp your fingers, and close your eyes. And just be with your natural breath. The incoming and the outgoing breath. When we meditate in group, we gain more cosmic energy. So let's take advantage of this group meditation, masters. Slowly come back to your body's awareness. Observe your surrounding, your both palms, and keep them over your eyes for 10 seconds. And gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for participating in today's meditation. Today is day 30, and I hand over the session to Master Smita.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session of Holistic Buddha. Thank you very much for joining. I'm sure all of you are very excited to meet all the, heroes of this journey, of this plant-based healing journey. So without any further ado, I first welcome our first guest, esteemed guest, Shweta. Shweta, I'm just going to pin you, spotlight you. Yes. So Shweta is has been with us for some time. She's going to share about those details. So she's going to be sharing us. Yesterday we dealt with acute issues, chronic issues, and life-threatening issues. So today we are going to cover the people who have worked on handling acute issues, chronic issues, as well as life-threatening issues. So first we will be handling, so Shweta will be talking about the acute issues that she was exposed to in her own life and her daughter's life. Thank you, Shweta. I'm just going to go on mute. You are on mute. Oh, you are not able to unmute? Yeah. We can't hear you yet. Can anyone hear her? No, we can't hear her, right?
Yeah, we can't hear her. Yeah, just remove the earphone if you're wearing it. Yeah. Just disconnect the earphone and then.
Yeah, I think we are starting to hear you. No, not yet. Okay, let me do one thing. We will come back to you. We will, you meanwhile work on the logistics. So we will just next work on, let me just, Nalini. Nalini, are you there? Let me just do that. Nalini, you
Yes,
are unmuted. And I'm going to spotlight you. Where are you?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Your video is not visible though.
Not visible.
Okay, you don't want to come in online? That's okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Sure. You can go ahead.
Actually, I removed my video. Actually, I don't know why. Yeah. Let me see.
If you want the privacy, that's okay, no problem. If you want to come on video also, that's okay, no problem.
I think there might be an issue. I think my camera, because I did remove that video thing. It's okay.
Okay, no problem, no problem. You can talk. Meanwhile, we will want to hear. That's okay, no problem. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Nalini. I live in Coimbatore. I have been on this plant-based lifestyle for more than 3 years. Originally, I was a non-vegetarian many years back. Like a child, I was a non-vegetarian. And then I was maybe having non-veg maybe once a week only. Then I became a vegetarian about 15 years ago and then stopped consuming egg as well. Then dairy and honey were the only animal products that I was consuming. In April of 2019, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. Like everyone, I also started the treatment, going to a gastroenterologist. I took allopathy medicines. My gastroenterologist, he told me to avoid dairy, wheat, and potatoes. So I was just listening to whatever he said. I was taking my medications. I was avoiding these food, but still the symptoms were coming and going. So I was thinking I should try something else. Since I have done, I had done 1 or 2 workshops of nature cure before, like few years back. I thought, why not try nature cure? So I got connected with Smita in October 2019. Like few months I suffered, and then I connected with her. Then I got her consultation and everything, and did everything like she guided me to do. So first thing was I stopped my medication. Then for first 13 days, she put me on juices and then raw food. So I was just doing whatever she told me to do. And then it was like, I also did enema, then wet towel around my abdomen, and then sun bath, medication, exercises, everything. Like my self-care journey started at that time. Then within 2 months or so, my symptoms went away. So I was symptoms free at that time, within 2 months of getting into this lifestyle. So in December, that is 2 months after I started this lifestyle, my son got sick with a fever. He was having fever that day. The next day, we were planning on going to a resort. So we had booked and everything. So it was only 2 months. So I was not so much educated at that time with these stuff. So I called up, I contacted Smita. She told me that I could give him juices. So I put him on juices. So he was having juices whenever he was hungry. The temperature kept going up and down. And so when it reached 104.5, and he also said that his hands, he was feeling as if his hands are being pulled on one side. So we kind of panicked that he might get seizure, and then gave him fever medicine. And that was one time. Then I told Smita about this, and she told that seizure is okay, but it should not be something that we can worry at that point. So we should take care of the fever first with juices. So we continued giving him juices even when the fever went up and down. So he was having juices, and then next day morning by 24 hours, his fever was down. So next day we anyway went to the resort. So we took lots of fruits, and then some vegetables for salad, lemon, tender coconut, few things like that, and then electrical juicer, citrus juicer I had. So those things I took, and then we were able to consume a fruit breakfast at the buffet in the resort, and then salads we were able to make in the room itself, and then we were having tender coconut water and juices in between whenever we were hungry. So it was easily manageable when we had taken all the things with us. And even during at that time, whenever I go to my relatives' place, especially even my in-laws' place, if I go, I just carry my fruits, and if it is just a day trip, I just carry my juices as well. And fruits, especially I take whenever we go anywhere for breakfast, I just take some fruits with me. So I was on raw food for about 6 months. So whenever I had to cook for my kids, I had some cravings as well. So sometimes I had even ended up eating the leftover food after I pack, like once or twice it has happened. So I even tell that to Smita. Then she would just ask me to go back to my raw food again. So this is how I completed 6 months of full raw food. So whenever there is cravings of eating cooked food and all, we used to make salads very tastier, like a good salad dressing, and I used to look up online for raw recipes. And we had an amazing group that we shared recipes with each other, and so it was like a family that we supported each other. So that's how I was able to go through that. And also Smita guided us whenever I slipped once or twice like that. Before, while packing food for the kids, and once or twice I had tasted some leftover food. So she would educate me on why this is important, why I'm doing this, and what will happen if I do that. So that kind of the knowledge that she was giving me again and again, consistently, and reiterating it, and it really helped me overcome that and stick to my plan. So I was doing that, and then after 6 months into this journey, my kids also slowly became they removed dairy products from their diet, and they also adopted to fruit breakfast. And anyway, cooked meal was oil free, so it didn't matter much. And then the only thing is they were not able to get over the cravings for ice cream, chocolates, or paneer. So even for that, we once I had them watch the documentary Hope. After that, they were able to easily, I didn't have to tell anything. After that, they just stopped consuming those themselves. So oil-free snacks, I used to bake for them. And then my daughter even started baking plant-based oil-free cakes as well. And then 1 year ago, I think last January, after I flew back from Chennai to Coimbatore, I had a severe throat pain. And next day morning, I woke up with a fever, high fever. And then 2-3 days. So I did juices myself for 2-3 days, and I just rested. I did nothing. My kids made some citrus juice, orange juice for me, and some tender coconuts water was there. So I just had that juice, coconut water. These were the only 2 things I had for those 3 days. And then I was up. After that, my kids also started getting fever one after the other. This time, when my daughter got a fever of 104, we did not panic. I just gave her juices, like 2-3 days. Within 2-3 days also, she was fine. Same thing with my son. So this time, I was able to handle it better than the very first time my son got fever. So I was even early this Monday, my son had fever, and the same thing, juices. That's all, 2 days, he was okay. Now he has slight cough, which we are dealing with grain-free food and lots of juices. So he's getting better. And I have been on this plant-based lifestyle for 3+ years. The good things that has happened is I have lost weight. And I used to get migraine headache, like maybe once in a month or once in 2 months or so, like that. After I started this, within 6 months to 1 year, if I recall, I am not getting migraine headache at all now these days. It's totally gone. And I also feel that I'm more focused than before, kind of getting calmer slowly, and also aware of my thoughts, like when I speak or when I think, also even my thoughts, everything. It's kind of I'm able to control it a little bit, like not totally control, but I'm aware of what I'm saying, and immediately something flashes, like it should be like this, it should not be like this, something like that. Like totally, I'm feeling aware of my thoughts, and also my friends, when they wished me for my birthday, they said that I'm getting younger and younger rather than older every year. Recently, like this year especially, I heard that comment. But initially, when I started, people were not so appreciative of my look, because I was getting thinner, and a lot of people, even my relatives, initially they said that I'm losing weight, so something wrong with me. So those were some difficulties which it was like I couldn't handle it myself initially before. So I used to share all those with Smitha and the group. So we collectively supported each other, like how to handle those. And nowadays, because I know that I'm getting healthier and I'm feeling better inside and out, I am not much bothered about those comments. And also people are able to see the raise in energy in me. So I'm not hearing much negative comments like that these days. So when I started this journey, I was actually felt overwhelming to make juices for myself, cutting so many fruits and veg for the entire day, sun bath, wet cloth around the abdomen. and then meditation, exercises, resting whenever I feel tired, and also cook for others in the family. So initially it was overwhelming and kind of challenging too. Many days at that time I have done this because I have to do this. And so that's the only way I will get better and I can cure myself. So I did it because I have to do. But now, if I look at it, I'm so grateful that I got this ulcerative colitis. That's why I was able to get into this holistic path and also get in touch with Smita. I'm very grateful to you, Smita, for your compassionate guidance. Actually, without coming to this lifestyle, I don't think I would have learned to take care of myself. This is something like for so many years, I didn't take so much time to do things for myself. Now, with this, I'm actually, especially initially, I took care of myself so good, like a baby, that I was able to get over that ulcerative colitis and also feeling a lot better these days. And my family is also slowly, especially the kids, it's quite easier that they are able to adopt to this lifestyle. So slowly they're also changing. So it has helped me a lot. Thank you, Smita. Thank you, everyone.
Smita, you're on mute.
Thank you, Nalini. We will do the question and answers in the end. So please reserve your questions for Nalini so that we can invite the others. Shweta, are you able to come in? Are you there? Yeah, I'll just unmute you.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you, Smita. Hi, everyone. I'm Shweta. I'm 35 years old. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. I'm originally from Hyderabad, but I've been in Bangalore now for over a decade. So the reason I got into this is because I think from childhood, I've always been considered a very unhealthy child, very skinny, always getting bouts of cough and cold. And, in my early teens, I got diagnosed with thyroid as well. And I was in and out of hospital sometimes. And I was always told that, you need to put on weight, you need to have better immunity. Also, at the same time, I was told it's in your genes, you can't change it. Ended up missing also in my childhood and in my early adulthood because of this. And I tried a lot of different alternative healing modalities, homeopathy, Ayurveda, the works, even naturopathy. And somewhere, I think at the back of my head, I kept listening to those other people who said that it's in your genes, that, you have to live with it. And that's why I think I didn't trust my own body's, power of healing. Cut to when my daughter was born, and she was born with a few complications. And because of that, I think I got into this whole thing again. And so because I had that mindset of, fixing her issues. And once I got into that mindset, I started really exploring and trying to see what can I do, to get to the root cause of this. And so many unanswered questions about health and why things happen and all of that. And I got lucky that I got introduced to Asha Shivram. And, with just the first discussion with her about, nature cure and how the body can heal itself and what does it mean to lead a natural lifestyle, it was just like, the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle just finally fitting together. All the answers from, my childhood and everything just got, all those questions got answered. And and then I was like, okay, let me try this. If not for myself, for my daughter, I have to give it a shot. So I tried it, and it was for the first 2 weeks, I just gave up dairy because I was already a vegetarian. So I didn't have issues with like meat and all of that, meat or eggs. But I think giving up dairy was a challenge because of the whole coffee addiction that South Indians have. So that was a little painful. But then for 2 weeks after that, I had this cold, cough, sneezing continuously. And, my husband was like, why are you doing this to yourself? And we have to take care of a baby and everything. But I just somehow just kept going, and it lasted for about like 2-3 weeks. There was headache and body pains and all of that. After that, I was just, things just became so much better. I felt lighter. There were a lot of these other issues when it came to, like, I had back pain and stuff, and all of that became better. And earlier, I used to get cold, sore throat, and cough every month almost. And it used to last for 2 weeks. And that sore throat used to be so painful, like I couldn't swallow, I couldn't eat anything, I couldn't do anything. But after that episode, this was in September 2021, that sneezing and that cold, sore throat. After that, I haven't got cold and cough for more than 2 times. And it's been like 15 months, 16 months. And that is like, I couldn't even imagine, doing that without any medicines. And the other 2 times that I got, it was like, okay, fine, let me see how it is. The first time that I got it, it was just a scratchy throat, and I've never had that feeling before. After that, the second time was once I also got connected to Smith. And after that, it was for about like, again, 1.5, 2 days. And I think what changed, this second time round was also that fear, oh my God, I'm going to get sore throat. What am I going to do? I can't do any work. I have to be stuck in the bed. That fear was not there. It was in fact more like, bring it on. My body is just detoxing. I'm just getting better, stronger. So it was, that fear is like no more. And I think that contributed a lot to my overall like immunity, health, and all of that. And I think more than that, I also started realizing that my repressed emotions, the trauma that I had maybe through my childhood and everything, that contributed a lot to my health. And, it's all like Smita helped me realize it. And how I describe both Asha and Smita in my life is, with Asha, it felt like, like it was all the questions, logical questions got answered. With Smita, it was like, it's like, in a stadium, in a dark stadium, suddenly floodlights get switched on. It was like this entire, like everything just flashing by, you can't describe it. So, Smita coming into my life really changed my thinking at a very deep level. And I could go on and on, but it's just been magical. And even my husband, who's a skeptic, he started eating fruits. He's still not given up on dairy yet, but he started eating fruits. He's not eating a very heavy dinner. And it's my mom, who's like, a very traditional person. She's, started getting into this whole terminology. She does, raw days and juice days when she's not well. So it's like, I can see those changes slowly. And there are immeasurable benefits I see with my daughter, who was born with a few challenges. Like when she was born, the diagnosis was so grim. And now it's like, I can't even believe it's the same girl, who's running around, talking, playing, and all of that. So yeah, I just want to thank both Asha and Smita. They're powerhouses, they're change makers. That I was able to share my experience here. And I think one thing that I've really learned is, because I come from a very evidence-based, research-oriented, mindset. Now it's so liberating, just surrendering and just having faith, because whether we wanted it or not, whatever happens to us, right, there is always a lesson to learn. So there's no point in stressing about it. Just enjoy life and, take whatever lessons you can get. So just surrendering is what I've really learned from this entire lifestyle. So yeah, thank you.
That was a great talk, Shweta. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much once again. Sai, are you there? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Hope I'm audible.
I'll put you on focus. Just give me a minute. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sai Ram Krishna. I'm from Andhra Pradesh, but I currently live in Gurgaon. So for me, this journey started during COVID. So when whole world was afraid, I'm also one of them. What's the future? How will we even face the future with all these diseases is there? And at that time, because of lockdown, me and my wife were separated, and we just had a child at that time. So I was more afraid, thinking what's future, if there is an answer which can help us naturally to be healthy, and in general how to face another virus, what if another deadly virus comes. So with all this, I really thank my stars for showing me the path to this plant-based lifestyle. So and it was introduced to me by a random friend whom I met long time back in a travel. So this plant-based lifestyle, and that guided me to Smita. who completely introduced into a guided path towards this. So when I started this lifestyle, I did not realize, I did not think it is a problem, but I had severe constipation. So I had to spend long time in washroom every day, and I was 88 kilos. So as we slowly progressed and got into this lifestyle around like 3-4 months into this, I slowly started appreciating how my time in washroom got reduced daily, and slowly I realized, and this problem is there with me since my childhood. And I tried all kinds of medicines from childhood, like allopathic and all, even homeopathy. Our family is completely into homeopathy, so homeopathic pills we just take it like that. So my problem never got solved, and I accepted, and I lived with it, like say, for around like 14-15 years. So until I was on this plant-based lifestyle, I could not realize, okay, this is a serious problem which got solved for me. Along with that, I've lost around 17 kilos weight. And I always accepted that I'm fat and I'll be like that. So, and me becoming lean, which I've never imagined, like I became fit, and I started fitting into medium-sized t-shirts, all this. So, which I've never thought. So all this is because plant-based lifestyle. So the changes we made, and I was vegetarian since birth. So we used to have a lot of dairy, and also my mother raised cows. So dairy was part of our lives. So we used to eat a lot of curd, and we realized how some combinations were very wrong, which caused me constipations. So quitting dairy was easy, and I started appreciating the beauty of fruits and vegetables. Though they are there since our childhood, I never realized the beauty of vegetables and fruits, and how simple they'll make your life. So I've realized how complicated we'll make our lives with all the food. Like if any festival comes, we spend most of the time cooking food and all, rather than like spending time with family. So I started appreciating how fruits and vegetables saves your time, like how, and they offer you health in return. Like they offer you simplicity, and they offer you health as well. So this is the biggest learning what we have learned in this lifestyle. So we started having juices in the morning, then fruit breakfast, then salad for lunch, and one time cooked dinner. We didn't do any serious change. And one thing we liked in this lifestyle is it doesn't ask you to eat less food. It asks you to eat more, or eat as you're hungry, eat more fruits. So we never compromised in eating in quantities. So this plant-based lifestyle is not like eating one apple or one banana. Like you have to eat as many till you feel sufficient. There's no compromise in eating food, which I like, because I mean, I'm more foodie, so I eat a lot of food. So this lifestyle kind of challenged me. How many papayas can you eat per day? Or how many grapes can you finish in a day? So I mean, it kind of became challenging, and I started falling in love. And this fact, I started appreciating this fact as I started traveling. So I've never realized India being tropical country, fruits and vegetables are available everywhere. So after coming into this lifestyle, we have many people in foreign countries who are common in that group. So who doesn't get fresh fruit, who has to buy frozen fruit or stored fruit. But we are very lucky to have fruits and vegetables in abundance. So we are so lucky. So even in hill stations like Shimla, so I mean, we were thinking how to manage while we are traveling and all. But when we went to Shimla, first thing we saw after we got down from bus is a fruit stall. So I mean, we can't cheat in this lifestyle because the fruits are always there in India, and they are there at you, staring always at you. So you can't avoid them just like that. So in every corner, you'll have someone selling fruits in a cart or somewhere. So India is full of abundance, at least with fruits and vegetables. We have grains and all also in abundance. But these you'll find in every corner, which I started observing and realizing after we started this lifestyle. So even in travel and all, it is very easy. So we went to a vacation in Goa for 11 days. And we could never quit fruits during those 11 days. So daily, and in Goa, fruits are too abundant, not even normal abundant. So there are too many fruits. So you just can't skip them. So there are too many fruits. So we brought them to our hotel, and we had them. And there, thanks to foreigners, there are a lot of plant-based restaurants also in Goa. So you have everything in abundance. So traveling in India with plant-based lifestyle is easy. And there are people who are complete fruitarians also, so who survived only on fruits, and they go on road trips also. So road trips is not just about eating in dhabas, but you get fruits on roadside as well along the highways. So yeah, so traveling was never a challenge. So and during COVID, it never appeared challenging until our office opened. So office opened is when it was a real testing time for me, where like, and in our office, so being in Gurgaon, so and there is a Haldiram store right below our office. So and I used to eat a lot of samosas and all these chaat items from there. So it is the real challenge which I nearly passed. So after quitting tea and coffee, that was never never a problem. Even though everyone around me have coffee and all, that never affected me. But only passing or samosa is the biggest test. Even then, the beauty of this lifestyle is you'll find some healthy option or which will suit to all these parameters will be available. So I started finding poha in near to our office, which I could not find earlier, because earlier I could see only samosa and kachori. Now I started seeing poha everywhere. So once you start coming into this lifestyle, like life guides you towards that food, like when you heartfully want it. Because my motto is being healthy, and I want to spend less time in washroom. That's my motto. So when I'm strong about my motto, life always guides me towards it. So little challenges I find now is like the office. I mean, in marriage functions and all, like you still have salad counter and all, but only office parties are little challenge for me, where like they're more oriented towards alcohol and party food. So there I avoid food, or like I just taste for sake of the socializing. If at all I had to have any food outside, we absolutely avoid dairy, wheat, and sugar. So that's a big no for us. So I mean, even for like alcohol, they serve peanuts as snacks, so that becomes my food. So peanut, which is like plant-based. So you'll have alternatives even in worst places where you will have to go. You just have to find them. So as you keep on finding them, you'll slowly start aligning with all the challenges, and you'll start appreciating simplicity of life and beauty of it. So life, we complicate it unnecessarily with too many food items, but life offers simple choices. So and plant-based lifestyle made me realize it. So we are very happy with it. And as Nalini and Sweta also said, like our family members also started following it a little, and everyone appreciates our child. She's just 3 years old, so she picks fruits from anywhere and eats it on her own. So everyone appreciates that fact. So thank you, Smita, very much.
Thank you very much, Sai. And what Sai also did not tell was he went from a junk foodie to a plant-based chef, plant-based raw chef, and he had actually kept stalls in Delhi market where he was actually selling his raw food, rather the gourmet food, and people used to actually buy that also. So he did that for a while during the I think when the lockdown, not during the lockdown, but I think when
after
he was
lockdown,
at home.
yeah, right.
Now he's back to office, so now he's shut down. Yeah, this is Sai's journey. I welcome Priya, who's his wife, who was also suffering with some issues. She'll share about it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Priya. I'm a software engineer living in Gurgaon. Basically, yeah, I'm from Andhra Pradesh, and I'm 32 years old. So I've been in this plant-based journey from past 2.5 years, like since COVID. So that is when I just had a child. And since when I was 5 years old, I had asthma. I tried all kinds of medication, allopathy, homeopathy, and Ayurvedic, but none gave me complete cure. And COVID actually frightened me a lot because like that affects the lungs more. And when we searched for other options, like we came to know about Smita Hemadri, and that's when like we contacted her, and she gave us guidance on how why plant-based food is essential, and like what is a disease, and like how a disease affects, or like this is a bad thing or a good thing. So so that actually changed our perspective, and like from then like we are in this journey. And within few months, I also like during my pregnancy, I gained a lot of weight, and I used to have gastric and digestion issues. So within a couple of months, those issues are gone. I lost excess weight, and the digestion and gastric issues are gone, and even my asthma attacks got reduced. So during COVID, I used to take very high power medication, and that actually affected me so much. I can't carry my child even at that time. So then, like, my that medication got reduced 10x times within just like 4 to 5 months after coming into this plant-based journey. And I never thought like I would have that in my life, because like, so whenever a season is coming or season is changing, I used to get my inhaler by my side. Every time at my bedside, I used to have that inhaler. And whenever I go out, I used to carry that. So if I forget, right, with that thought itself, I used to get that asthma. So that severe, I used to get it. And now, like, I never thought like I can live without that. And yeah, so after that, after one or 1.5 year, so I became so sick. And when I was sick, like, actually I avoided medication, and I used to be on fast or on liquids most of the time. Sometimes even with that, it didn't work. So then again I contacted Smita. So then I came into this meditation with this meditation group. Like, so I started doing 1 hour meditation every day for 41 days, and that also affected me so much. And now then I understood that, okay, so this physical and mental health, the balance is more important to actually have a holistic health. So that changed my life so much. And yeah, so I'm also a foodie, just like my husband. Wherever place I go, I used to taste all that street food and everything. But it was very difficult for me, because like I'm a dairy lover previously. So I used to have all kinds of dairy products, and in bulk. So if I have like milk products, right? So I used to have them like in 10s or 15s, like in a day. So but it was difficult for me at first. But when I realized, like, so what it is doing to my body, and why I'm getting cravings, because like every time, like, my memory says like this food is affected to this, attached to this memory. Then I understood, okay, so we are actually accustomed to that thing, right? So whenever we are doing celebration, we are ordering some certain kind of food. Where during a festival we make certain food, so that is when the craving starts, and like it becomes nostalgic. Like when you reach there, when you go to that particular place, you become nostalgic. Okay, I used to have this vada pav or somewhere this, and it used to, like, so that's when, like, then I understand my cravings. Okay, it's not that like you need to attach that. You can come over it. And then also sometimes if I crave for sweets, then I used to have dates and raisins, replace the sugar with dates and raisins. So that's all happened. And yeah, it actually difficult for me at start, but now, like, I can say like I'm 90 to 95% like can come over my cravings. And it was really easy for us also during travel. So yeah, we get fruits in India everywhere. Yeah, so that actually eases our planning. So I don't. So previously I used to cook. I need to cook for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But now, like, I just cook for once a day, and that too for a kid. And even our kid, like, so she's 3 years old. She started having fruits from 6 months, when she's 6th month. And from then, like, so whenever she says something, right, if I say like we'll go for shopping, she'll ask for apple or pears, not for like a toy or something, every time. So that I actually feel proud of that. So yeah, I'm really feel blessed to get introduced into this wonderful lifestyle. And I give my heartfelt thanks to Smita Hemadri. Thank you so much, everyone.
That was a beautiful talk, Priya. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Bhavya? Yeah, thank you.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you, Bhavya. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I am Bhavya. I'm 41 years old and mother of 2 lovely kids. I'm basically from Mysore, but now settled in Bangalore. A software engineer by profession. I'm working for an MNC currently. I'm on plant-based diet from almost past 7 years. I started it in 2016. I come from a family where non-veg is very prevalent. So I was also eating non-veg, even though it was not much, but I was eating. I was diagnosed with high sugar levels during a routine checkup. Like I got married and I was expecting an abortion. Then when they did a routine health checkup, my sugar levels were very high. And then they said I'm a diabetic. And this was the initial days of my marriage and we wanted to start a family. I was immediately put on insulin, and because it was considered safe to have insulin during pregnancy. So I was on insulin on and off with multiple miscarriages and finally with the 2 kids. This was for the 10 years. One thing which made me worry when I was on this homeopathic medicine was, as the year passed, the medicine dosage kept on increasing, and simply other medicines were also added. Like in one of my visit to the doctor added cholesterol tablet, even though my blood result didn't show any high cholesterol or anything. So I asked him. Then he said, because you have diabetes and it is a lifelong disease. For the better maintenance of the disease, you need to have these medications. So it's like every year some dosage was increased without any reason. And also because this is a lifelong medication and my kids were very small, I was very worried, like I will be consuming pills in front of them and what impact that will have on my kids. And then somehow I was not convinced about this lifelong medication at all. And also one of my gynecologist, looking at my sugar levels and everything, she always used to say, with the food I should be able to manage. So I think this all planted some seeds in me, and I started searching on internet. I used to read a lot of health articles, and like when I was reading all that, I came upon one article which talked about sugar reversals. So I followed it up, and one thing led to another, and I got introduced to this plant-based diet. I was the most happiest person when I first heard about this, because when I met I was told that I can have fruits, because if you see in a normal homeopathy, they say you cannot have allopathy and homeopathy, they say fruit is a no for a person with diabetes. So it's like I had not had mangoes and jackfruits and everything for past 10 years. So the moment I was introduced to this diet, I was so happy that I was able to understand the sugar is not because of the sugar in the fruits, but because of the fat in the cells. So with all that understanding, I started enjoying my fruits. You won't believe, the first day when I met the naturopath and understood, I went and bought a carton full of mangoes. That was she gave me one, when I went to her home, she gave me one glass full of smoothie with the spinach, and it was so tasty. And I was like, okay, this is the, I was like, I cannot explain my joy. One more thing I want to mention is I was very high on dairy. I was a milk lover, like 2 glasses of milk morning and evening, and 2 bowls of curd for lunch and dinner. And throughout the day, I used to consume buttermilk. So yeah, I totally agree that this is very high on dairy. And I read that there is a food-induced stress. But because I was reading and all that, I stopped dairy immediately. I don't know, something triggered, and I didn't feel, because I was consuming so much, but I was able to stop it. I stopped it, and immediately I could see a lot of changes. Like during my periods, I used to have bloating, and my breast used to feel very heavy. I stopped dairy and immediately everything stopped. So there was no looking back. I think this has been 8-9 years, and I've not even looked at dairy even once. Like when I started this plant-based diet, I used to have a lot of fruits, salads, and in the initial days, I worked very closely with my doctor. In my experience, for my condition, raw used to work very well. So mostly I am on raw throughout the day, and maybe if I feel like, I will have one cooked meal. I think I'm very disciplined, and I've followed everything very religiously, whatever has been told to me, the exercise, everything. And with that, I was within 3-4 months, I was able to reverse my condition. So yeah, and then last year I attended 41-day PSSM meditation workshop. That I must say thank to Smita and the group, because I was not aware of this, and it was not a planned decision. Something triggered in me, and I felt I should attend it, because I had a routine, and I had my yoga classes and all in morning. Like I was not like keen, like I will stop my yoga and then do this, but something triggered, and I said, okay, I will take a 2 months break and I will do the meditation course. That was a life changer for me, and after that I've been meditating very regularly. With meditation, I've seen a lot of change in myself. I'm more focused, and there is a clarity in my thoughts, and there are so much positive thoughts actually. And emotionally, I'm very balanced, and I have become more responsive and not reactive now. So with all this, and also attending all these sessions, everything helps me a lot. It is like when whole world is not following and only you are following, then I feel it's a kind of challenge. But I keep on listening to this, and whatever courses happen, I just make sure I will attend, or I will listen to the recordings, and this it's like a repetition which helps me that, okay, I am in a correct path, yeah, and I need to continue for my better. So I just attend all this, and that helps me a lot. Usually, my days start with having like the fruit juices. I follow the circadian cycle, whatever Smita and Asha have explained in the previous sessions. And till 12 o'clock, usually on juice. And if I feel like I'll have fruits. And now after COVID, the offices have started. So I will carry a big salad to my office. Actually, many people now have started appreciating that my consistency. It's been 8 years, and I'm able to manage that. I carry a lot. Like many people now come and ask me, okay, what is the recipe? How do you do it? And for salad and all, for dressing, I don't mix. I take it separately. So that was this one tip I wanted to give you everyone. Like when you're taking salads to office, don't mix the dressing. Take it separately. Otherwise, it will become soggy, and when it becomes soggy, you may not feel like having it. So keep it separate. When you're having, you mix it, and you will enjoy the salads. I feel salads are like a blessing. They give a lot of energy, and you feel so. One more thing was, I used to be drained by the end of the day when I was on the regular medication. It's like by the end of the day, I'm like, I just want to sleep. But now I'm so active, even I myself can feel that energy. I'm active throughout the day, and I'm able to manage things better. It's like I have 2 kids who are like teenage, and another one is in 4th standard. They have their expectations, but I'm able to do. And slowly I can see that my family is also adapted. And it's like, because I have been consistently doing, initially there was a lot of doubts, and they were, as everybody goes through, we also went through all those cycles. But the consistency has helped, and initially I used to worry, but after this meditation and all, I have become calm. Okay, I will do my duty, and slowly I think they also have their journey, and they will also come at their own pace. So I am like, I do my duty and leave it at it, and don't stress or worry about why they are behaving. All that I've stopped. So that has helped for me also personally, it has helped a lot. So I can see that my son now, he has become so innovative, and he will come and help me with all the salad dressings and everything. He will only search on the internet now. So all the dressing, we have left it to him. It's like, okay, you do the dressing part, I do the chopping part, kind of. So with all family getting together and making it is, we are all enjoying, I must say. So I would suggest everybody, like, please, for coming to this plant-based lifestyle and also do meditation exercise. I think it will help you holistically and you will be a better person. Yeah. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Bhavya. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Puru? Yeah, I'll unmute you. Purushottam?
Yeah, yes, Smita.
Um,
Am I audible?
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All packed up with the north weather.
Yeah, so hi everybody, I'm Purushottam and I'm living in Jaipur, and weather is currently like chill winter. Temperature goes down to 3 degrees. And yeah, so my journey with plant-based started 3 years ago, like in the first COVID lockdown. Before that, I had a lot of health problems. One major was autoimmune conditions. And slowly I was getting more sick and sicker day by day. And I took a lot of medications from allopathic and homeopathy, Ayurvedic, and they kept on changing based on the symptoms. If I have headache, they will give medicine for headache. If I have some like body pain, they give another medicine. And for autoimmune condition, people are telling like I have overactive immune system, so they gave immunosuppressants. So my immunity was going down. I was falling more sick, like quite often sick. Almost every week, I'll have some other issues. Later, I was having a lymphoma. It's a kind of cancer in the lymphatic system, in the cervical nodes. So it gave a problem to speak or to eat food and drink water. So it kind of became like almost dying now. I can't live any further, and kind of giving up a state. So a friend of mine introduced me with this Smita to start with something naturopathy. Then Smita explained me this is like holistic thing, and then we go to the plant-based diet. And she said, okay, you need to start and prepare your mind, and then we'll start your treatment. After that, within 2-3 days, I thought, okay, let me try. I was very afraid of going to the hospital because of the COVID situation. As already my immunity was very low, and exposing myself into the COVID situation was like, okay, self-kill. Then just to give it a try, very skeptically, I started the treatment, and she put me on full 10 days juice only. And I was like, God, what is this? Third day was like very difficult. I could barely got that day from my bed, hardly like for 1 or 2 hours in the whole day. And slowly after 4 or 5 days, I could see some little bit change in the body. And after 10 days, I could actually move out of bed and walk around in my room. So it was a state I was lying in my bed almost like 15-16 hours a day. So from there, she kept on taking my daily updates, like what I ate today, how is my body, what symptoms do I have, how is my energy level, how is my emotional level. And then she started guiding me, and for 1 year I was fruitarian, like I stayed only on the fruits. So, and that was the like very difficult moment for me, living from eating non-veg. I used to eat non-veg, I used to eat dairy, and then giving up everything and then just living on juice and fruit. Okay, and slowly, as when I started my healing journey, I could get some taste reoccurring for the food cravings. Smita kept on telling, no, you are not well at all. You cannot eat this kind of food. This is only craving. Body doesn't need your dairy or the non-veg. I was also misguided by a lot of different marketings from the meat and dairy industry that we need this much of protein to build muscles, to get energy, and we need this much of fat. But 1 year of living completely on the fruits, I can say, like, the body extracts what it requires. It takes up automatically from the food that we eat. We don't have to fill in with the supplements that you need this kind of separate protein or this calcium or this for muscle building or this is for bone building. Body automatically takes it out from the food that we eat. Even with the grass, we can live. Like we don't have to go for complicated and very hard kind of food like grains or fat or anything. So, and after 1 year, she started making changes in my diet. Okay, now you can add some salad, some fresh vegetables. And then after 2 years, I ate something boiled vegetables, anything which was cooked. So slowly she is reversing my food habits and my food cravings. Like I started with a lot of reading also after she introduced me. Then I got to introduction like our taste buds and how do we get into touch with the food. A lot of food that we eat in a day is subconsciously picked up. We don't really make a choice to eat food, but because of the taste buds and because of the past habits, we automatically pick up the food and eat it. And it actually takes 2 years of time that our taste buds changes, and it almost takes like 6 to 7 years that we completely change our body cells and started following a completely new diet regime. So I'm on this journey. So after 3 years now, like I don't have cravings for grains or non-veg or dairy, anything, but I can make my choices now, what to eat, what not to eat. And now people are asking me like, why don't you eat some protein? Why don't you eat some fat, some dairy? And another issue that I was facing was weight loss. At this age, like living with their 40 kgs I was like a skeleton look. Okay, people were like, every time somebody meets me, asking, okay, what's wrong with you? Why are you so sick? Now after this journey, I gained 10 kgs of weight. Okay, which was like really great without having any extra supplement or anything, just with the vegetables and fruits. And now I do some meditation. I have read about some impact of meditation, like quantum healing, how subconscious brain heals up and gives us a pranic energy, like a lot of energy that is channelized and gives us immunity, and it clears up the disease that we have. Or disease is nothing but a diseased, okay, the cells which are not active. So body makes them active again. Meditation gives them pranic energy, so the dead cells can be reactivated, and then body starts healing itself. And from lying down on a bed for 15 hours a day, now I'm like active 15 hours a day. So now I started making some changes in my parents' diet. They are big time vegetarians. They eat a lot of dairy. My mother had skin allergy for the last 15 years. And after I put her on the plant-based diet, in last 1 year, 1 year of time, I didn't see any symptom of skin disease. And she's completely skin allergy free. So I can see a lot of changes, and people are asking her how she changed it. So thank you, Smita. And it's kind of my second birth in this life, and all thanks to you. Very grateful for introducing me to this life.
Absolutely, it's a second birth, because day in and day out, seeing Puru suffer, he came with a lot of complications. He was also losing a lot of weight when he came to me. And we did not really know he had cancer. Only after we started the journey, in between, we got to know.
Yeah.
So that is when I lifted off all the good food that he was also eating, and then we put him only on fruits. So strict conditions improved after that. So yeah, I think Puru has been, I think, one of the most obedient students, I should say. And he without even one single day missing, every day I would get a report. Every day, and the day he did not send a report, I would basically call him up because I was missing the report. So it is one of the, I think, something that stands out in my career with respect to somebody. Overall, I think it was great working with Puru, and it's really nice to see him happy, smiling, back in all his great spirits now. Yeah, he came with a very, very emotionally also very low at that time. So thank you so much, Puru, for being here. Take care.
Yeah, and I just want to say one more thing here today. After I recovered and living on plant-based diet, we actually started plantation in our farm, and this year we have completed with 300 fruit plants.
Wow,
and
wow. Asha will be very happy to hear this.
We are like giving back it to nature, and then getting a lot of fruits and vegetables directly from farm. So,
that is so
thank
awesome.
you.
That is so awesome. Yeah. I think when your father reversed his BP, right? Because of plant-based diet.
Yes, so he had a blood pressure problem. So I put him on plant-based diet for about some time, but he's not in a state to give up completely dairy. So it's okay. I don't force him to give up.
Yeah.
But I keep adding some part of fruits and juices into his diet.
That's okay. No problem. Someday. Yeah. Thank you, Puru, for being here. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Rashmi, are you there? Huh, I see.
Am I audible?
Yes, Rashmi, you're audible.
I am Rashmi from Bangalore. I work as a test center manager at Pearson, India. So I've been on a plant-based lifestyle since 2017. I think I'm the very first, student of Smita, I think. Yeah. So before I was vegetarian, so the main reason for me to shift to a plant-based diet is the year 2015. I was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. So, which came as a sudden, shocker of my life. So, until then, I thought that I was leading a very healthy lifestyle because I was not into much junk food, not outside food, all mostly home cooked food. So then we did not go for any alternate treatments because we were not aware of any alternate methods. Hope that time I would have known about this. Maybe I would have followed this, plant-based lifestyle. So then I went to the normal. We went to the conventional treatment only, which lasted for about 1.5 years. So it's, chemotherapy, radiation, and all that. So mine was just, they were not even able to stage my cancer, but still the treatment was so harsh, as though it is for the stage 4 or so. So, it lasted for about 1.5 years. And after that, every day I'm supposed to take a pill, a tablet, for 5 years. So then, when I completed this treatment, I had all this side effects of this treatment, like muscle cramp, always low in energy. I was already putting on weight, and then body pain, fatty liver, hyperthyroidism, hot flushes, mood swings. So these were the things that I had. Then the doctor would only tell me that, these are normal, like, these are all the symptoms, side effects of the treatment. So you'll have to deal, or he would put me on a medication, like again, some more medicine to deal with this. So I was in a total helpless situation at that time. I didn't want to take any more tablets. I knew that tablet was not helping me. So I think that's when I think universe decided to help me, and I met Smita. Meeting Smita also was such a coincidence for me that we met on the metro, the daily commute to work, and she was also traveling by metro. Uh, so that was a real game changer, I would tell. So she told me about all this lifestyle, and then I I don't know, instantly I followed like whatever she said. The first thing was the fruit breakfast. I was not into
Rashmi, can you come
regular.
closer to the mic?
Okay,
Come closer to the mic, or increase your volume.
okay. Fine now.
Yeah, better.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was telling is, initially, she put me on a fruit diet, though I did not do much of the juicing in the initial stages. So it was just a fruit diet, fruit breakfast, and then 50% of raw salad and cooked food, whole food, and then dinner also was the same. So then I think because of this also, I felt that my healing crisis or the detox took some time. Maybe after 4 or 5 months, I saw that the healing crisis, I had severe cold. Till that time, I did not face any such thing. So it was like about 20 days, I think I had severe cold, running nose, so watery kind of thing, and with a lot of mucus. So that was the first thing. And after that, I did not have any major healing crisis as such. So initially, yeah, it was tough because you have to cook food because family is there, and you can't, because just because you're having foods, you can't force others also to have. So a lot of time you require because you're working also. Um, but eventually everything was in place, and then I was able to find time for doing all this. The major thing what I felt is when you should have enough stock of the food, I mean, the fruits and veggies. That's where you fall back, because if you don't have enough stock, then you will end up eating cooked food because you are anyway making for the family. So you will think that, okay, just one day, what, you just eat it off. So I make sure that for at least for the next 2 days, I have enough stock. And I keep refilling. So that is one thing. And then after following this, about 4 to 5 months, whatever the symptoms that I told, I was able to reverse all of it, even the fatty liver also. I think in 6 months, I was able to reverse that. So now hypothyroidism, yeah, I eventually I will get there also. But as of now, I'm asymptomatic. That is, I don't have any symptoms of this hypothyroidism, but only in the report it's showing that I have it. But what are all the symptoms that is I'm supposed to have, I don't have it. So I'm anyway. I'm after a year or so, this regular pill that I used to take. Smita used to tell me that you should eventually get out of the medicine. It will not help you and all that. But I was in my own fear of quitting medicine, and also to tell it to my husband. So like, I was not in the what it is. Um, I did not have that courage to tell anybody that I am going to quit. But I don't know. All of a sudden, it's just my inner voice or so. I don't know. I felt like I have to quit. So that's it. After that, I think I would have taken for 1 year. That's it. So I'm totally now out of medicine. I'm not taking medicine for anything. And whenever I go out uh, for travel or outside, so I carry my fruits. I know it would be an extra luggage, but it's all worth. At least for 1 or 2 days, I try to manage with whatever I've carried, and then I'll find locally there what to eat or. And being a South Indian, I think it's very easy for us because anywhere you find idli, so you can manage with that, which is totally oil free. So it's a very safe bet for me. And for office also, I carry whenever possible. I'll juice or while coming after coming back from work, I will try juicing. But otherwise, it's fruits from morning. Good amount of fruits. Like start initially I made that mistake and then Smita corrected. I used to take very less fruits and you know I because of that I think I did not my weight was so low, or maybe I detoxed that way. I have no idea, but now I think I've gained some weight, maybe because of the exercise or so. So so the life is going on. It's amazing journey, and I thank Smita from my bottom of my heart. God sent angel. Yeah. And during I was overweight also. I had put on. Now I've reduced about 20 kgs. So when I completed the treatment, when the treatment got over, I was 82 and now I'm 60. So that's when again people also started commenting on my weight loss that, oh, you have some, you are looking anemic and you are not having dairy. That's why you're becoming like this, or you have some major health issue. But they didn't know that I was in the best of my health at that time. And when I was, overweight, people thought that okay, you know, uh, the it was just vice versa. That's all. So thank you, Smita. I don't have anything, and I echo everybody, whoever Bhavya, whatever they told. Same thing has happened to me also.
I think one thing that Rashmi missed to say was her daughter has become a beautiful chef now. So we'll meet her. We'll meet her on 24th. So she'll be also sharing about her own journey.
So after my, I have adopted. She also saw me, and majorly it was because of the skin issues that she had, and now she's completely out of it. She had severe eczema. And she's out of it now. Yeah, that's a complete liberation, I would tell, from the medicine.
That's great. So I think we are also running out of time. It would be great if you all can share your questions on the WhatsApp group, if you all don't mind, because I think we are also running out of time. And this will also help you all. Today's session was majorly to help you all bridge the theory session with the practical session. Theory happened yesterday. Today it was all practicals. And all of these people have actually taken that theory and then put it into practice. Many of which I have not taught them. The fundamentals, definitely whatever sincerely Asha and I have taught here without even thinking that, okay, this is a free course, we should withhold information. We have never thought like that. We thought that this is a great opportunity that Patriji and Parinita have brought to us. And we have to give the best to the world because this is not an opportunity that we get every other day. So we are doing our best and then we are not leaving even one stone unturned. Whatever knowledge we had, we are basically sharing. It is now up to you to take that. In fact, all of these people who are sitting here have probably had calls with me for about 3 to 4 hours. You have all had calls with me for about 21 hours with me and Asha. So I think all of you have got far more knowledge than what all of these people have. They've taken only maybe 1/3 of it and then been able to put that into practice. And I'm sure you'll have to be able to do much more than what they have done. So with this, I thank you all for joining us. And please don't think that plant-based journey is difficult. When you take 2 steps forward in this journey, universe will take 10 steps forward to help you. So if you are fearful and I cannot do and those kinds of things, then universe will think that, okay, fine, let her decide or let him decide. Then I will come back for help. So if you say, I also wanted to give one more thing. When I was not, there was one period, today I'm on all kinds of fruits, organic fruits, inorganic fruits, all kinds of fruits. But there was a time when I was actually preferring inorganic fruits. But when I wanted to make that switch, I had never seen organic fruits at all in the store in the past. But then when I actually wanted to make that switch, I saw so many fruits because I decided that, okay, from now onwards, I'm not eating any other fruit but organic fruit. Then universe gave me organic fruits I had not seen at all till then, because I started seeing only when I wanted to see. So, and then over time, I've probably gone beyond good and bad and thinking that, so I've understood more about the body and I went back to all kinds of fruits. But if I get organic, I buy organic. If I don't get organic also, I'm on pretty much on all kinds of food that is available, raw food that is available. So like I said, the universe is always keen on helping you if you are willing to help yourself. So never think twice. If you are all on this workshop, it is because you have tried hard to stay on this path of plant-based or wanting to be on plant-based or some desire to be on plant-based. Something about plant-based has basically kicked off in your life much ahead than today. So that is why you are here. So please consistently be on this journey. Don't think that it is difficult. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Take care. Bye.
Shift from focusing on what you are getting and focus only on what you are giving, because happiness means to be a giver.
Our next speaker is coming from India, and she is extraordinary. She's an example in my mind of love and strength. Some people have love but not enough strength to actually break through. Some people are just strength without the love. She uses truth to cut through the BS and bring people to a deeper level. And I think you're gonna love her. Her name is Sister Shivani.
Sister Shivani, it's such a privilege to have you here.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaskar.
Namaste.
Om Shanti and greetings of peace, love and happiness from India. First and foremost, I must thank each one of you for coming together just so that you can raise your internal vibration. Because when you come together like this, introspect, reflect, take personal responsibility, and create a shift. When you create a shift within, you're not creating a shift just within. You are creating a shift in the collective consciousness of the planet. Like the room where you are right now, it's vibrating with the energy, which is the energy of each one of your minds. Similarly, the world, the planet, for the last 2 years has been vibrating with fear and anxiety. And that fear and anxiety has taken a toll on millions of minds. We all knew about the virus pandemic, but there was another pandemic going on for over 2 years, and that was fear and anxiety spreading very fast all over the planet. And now, when you come together like this to release not just fear of 2 years, but release fear, release guilt, release any uncomfortable emotion you've been holding on to, probably since childhood, sometimes from even before that. And when we release any uncomfortable emotion, we raise our vibration. And when we raise our vibration, we're radiating a higher vibration into the energy of the planet, not just the energy of the room where you are, not just the energy of the country where you are, but into the energy of the planet, and thereby shift the vibration of the planet. And this higher vibration is going to touch someone somewhere, and they're going to feel better. And they won't know why they are feeling better, why they are feeling lighter, from where are they experiencing this strength which has come to them, but it's traveled from you into that consciousness of the planet. So really, 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 thank you to each one of you for taking out this time to create a shift in the world. Let's take a minute of silence. It's been a very interesting day for you. I heard about it, and I saw you right now, very energetic, very vibrant, very excited. And now the human mind has the power to shift from being excited and energetic to suddenly going into deep silence, absolute silence. So just take a minute. It's just for a minute. Close your eyes if you want. If you want to keep it open, it's fine. Just take this minute for yourself to shift your attention from everything that you see, to shift your attention to what cannot be seen, but what can be felt. And that is our feelings. Happiness is my nature. Happiness is who I am. Happiness and love is what I radiate to everyone. I am a happy being. I am a loveful soul. Powerful and divine. Let me just check in any corner of my mind, or even deep layers of my subconscious. Do I still hold any person, past of my life, anything which I still believe is the cause of my emotional hurt? Scan the mind. Check. It could be recent. It could be very old. It could be brushed aside, but it's still there deep. Is there anything I still believe is the cause of any kind of emotional pain. Something that happened, something that someone was responsible for. A mistake they made, or a mistake I made. Do I still, in a very subtle way, still blame someone for my hurt, for the rejection I feel, or the insult I experienced? And today, I'm certain that I'm going to release them from my mind and shift them from not a painful past, but from a present and a future full of love and blessings. Because I am a powerful being. What I feel is not because of what they did. What I feel is because of what I think about what they did. My feelings are not about them. It's about how I choose to think about them. And I choose forgiveness. I choose acceptance. I choose love. Because that is truly my nature. It's who I am. It's the vibration at which I live my life. Because that's where true happiness is. Thank you so much. And you can gently come back into the present, keeping the vibration the same and just reflecting. The only one thing that we need to be happy always. Happy, we all are, but the word to be underlined is always. Always. And always means when situations are not favorable, when people are not my way, and when people are completely opposite to what I expected them to be, and when someone does something which I never ever imagined could happen with me. So irrespective of what situations and people, the energy that they throw towards me, I only need to remember that their power is outside. Their power is outside. People have the power to say what they believe is right. People have the power to do what they believe is right. And we have the power to think what we believe is right. So the only one thing that we need to shift today is shift from a life of blame to a life of personal responsibility. And blame, not only in these specific situations, but we live a life of blame often during the day. If someone had to ask us right now, who is the creator of your thoughts and feelings? It wouldn't even take a second, and we would say, obviously, it's me. I create my every thought, my feeling. Who's that I? That I is the energy, which we call light, power, consciousness, soul, spirit. Words are many. Important is the understanding. I am this energy, the creator of every thought, feeling, and emotion. It's something that I need to affirm many, many times in the day. I am the creator of my every thought, feeling, word, and behavior. I am the creator. And then gently shift my mind to a different vocabulary. So instead of saying, I'm stressed because of, I'm upset because of, I'm happy because of, I'm angry because of, I'm hurt because of, all the because of has to fall off because it's not because of anybody. I am what I am because I choose to be that way. Yes, the stimulus is there. Sometimes it's a very beautiful, pleasant stimulus, and sometimes the opposite. But I choose how to be in the face of that stimulus. It sounds very simple because it is very simple. And right now, we understand it, we accept it, we live it. But we need to live it in those situations during the day where our mind is speaking this old vocabulary, I'm feeling like this because of. I only need to change this line. Even saying something like, the first thing that I need when I wake up is my cup of coffee. Fine, have your cup of coffee. But change the vocabulary which says, I cannot live without my morning cup of coffee. That line makes me dependent on a cup of coffee. I choose to have a cup of coffee. I cannot say I cannot live without my morning coffee. See the difference in the vocabulary. One makes me a master and the other makes me dependent on that cup of coffee. Then it's no more a cup of coffee after that. Then I will have something else for which I will say, I cannot live without this. I cannot do without this. Every time I'm using this vocabulary, I'm saying my mind is dependent on situations, people, objects, substances. And that is what makes me a victim where my happiness, my love, my peace, my power is not mine, it's dependent. Because I've said it so many times during the day, I'm dependent, I'm dependent. So just one shift today, just one shift is going to shift everything else. Just from today, very subtle. Even if you say it, stop it and say it again. I choose to do this. Not I cannot live without this. I cannot do without this. No, I am a master. I am the master of my mind. I am the master of my sense organs, and I choose what to do. Once we start practicing this, it will become a natural way of living. It become a natural way of living. Then we take it to the next level. I create the stress that I'm experiencing right now. It's not work stress. It's not relationship stress. It's not travel stress. It is I create the stress. Work, relationship, travel, exams, these are pressures. So again, keeping the simple formula with you, stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. We used to learn this in school. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Pressure is not in my control. Pressure could be a behavior, pressure could be the weather, pressure could be COVID, pressure could be the current situations in the world, pressure could even be the health of my body, because it's my body, again, outside to who I am. I am the being, this is my body. So pressure, which means challenge in life, sometimes could be the health of my body. But we cannot say, because I'm not healthy, I'm not happy. No, it's not matter over mind. It is mind over matter. Body may be unwell, body may be experiencing a terminal illness, and I can be calm and happy because my mind is not dependent on my body. This is the truth. This is a reality. And we've seen everyone around us. Many of you must have met someone who's going through a chronic ailment and yet very light, vibrant, happy. And someone could just have a little cold, cough, fever, and they say, oh, I'm not well, what to do, horrible day, bitter experience. They can blame just a little cold for not being happy that day. People open the windows in the morning and say, the weather is so depressive. We can't say that. Then I'm saying I'm feeling low and gloomy because of the weather. This is very subtle, but it's become our vocabulary. And the more we speak that way, the more the mind becomes dependent. So what is happiness? Happiness means being emotionally independent. Emotionally independent. Physical independence, social independence, financial independence, emotional independence. That is power. Emotional independence is power, which means I am emotionally independent, calm in a crisis, loveful when someone is in pain and not behaving the right way with me, respectful and radiating blessings when someone could be using abusive language because they are emotionally unwell right now. When someone is not in their right behavior, we need to remember they are not doing this to us. They're only showing us their state of mind at the moment. They're just showing us that they are emotionally in pain. And so their words, their behavior, their energy, it reflects their pain. Their pain could be just as words, and sometimes it could be more than that. Recently, a young sister, about 30, 35 years old, she came to learn meditation at this center. And she was sitting in the meditation room, and when she walked out, she just said, I've released something that I've held on to for almost 30 years. I said, what happened? And then she shared that she had gone through an experience when she was 5 years old. Her parents had left the house with her uncle. She was 5 years old that time, and she experienced abuse. And now she was about 35, and she said, you know what? 35 years I have hated people. I can't trust people. She chose not to get married, not to be in a relationship. And she said, I can't trust anybody. And she said, I don't even trust my parents actually. And she said, I've not had a very good relationship with them for 30 years. And she said, while I was sitting and contemplating what we have studied today, she said, I just realized that what I experienced 30 years back was somebody else's mistake. But all that they could do was to my body, which was horrible. But you know, what did I do for 30 years to myself? She said, I held on to hatred for 30 years. I held on to doubt and insecurity for 30 years. She said, what they did was bad, but I think what I did to myself was completely my choice. And today, she said, today I release. I just release what I've held on to because I realize what I've held on to is not what they did. What they did was to my body, but what I held on to was my creation. And I'm not going to live in hurt and pain anymore. That's all. It was just that. 1 minute of a realization. And that doesn't mean what the other person did was right, not at all. But what it just means is what I was creating here was my choice. What they did was not in my control at that age. But what I did for 30 years was completely my choice. And I chose to create hatred. And she changed her vocabulary immediately. She said, I chose to create hatred. Before that, she was saying, people are horrible. See the shift in the vocabulary. I chose hatred. She said, I chose not to forgive. She said, I chose not to like my parents and blame them for what happened. And then when she started this healing with herself, and healing was just an understanding, her relationships with her parents changed because she had released that emotional blockage which she had held up to for so long. And when she did that, she suddenly shifted towards being happy. Earlier, she was doing everything the normal way, working. She's not innately happy because I cannot be happy when I've held on to something there in my subconscious. I just cannot be happy. So it's a very fundamental thing. I think we should have been taught this when we were in kindergarten. It's very fundamental that people can be here, they can cheat, they can betray, they can abuse, they can use wrong language, but that's because they are emotionally unwell. It's because they are going through something very turbulent inside them. But my thought and feeling, my emotion is my choice. It's my creation. And I choose to be empathetic. I choose to be compassionate. And in most cases, I choose to even forgive. Forgive. Because actually, I'm not forgiving them. You know, we say, how can I forgive someone who's done this? But we are not actually forgiving them. The law of karma. We all know the law of karma. Law of karma means anything that I have done will always have a consequence in my life. Law of karma works with every soul. And if someone has wronged me, my saying I forgive them doesn't mean law of karma is not working with them. Law of karma is working with us always. But when I say I forgive, I'm actually forgiving myself. I cannot forgive their karmic consequence. I cannot. Even if the whole world says we forgive them, their karma consequence will always be there with them. But when we say I forgive, it actually means I forgive myself by releasing this hatred, hurt, and pain that I have held on to. So there's only one person we can forgive. We cannot forgive anybody else. There's only one person, and that's me. So when we say I cannot forgive somebody, and even if I forgive, I cannot forget what they did, what does it mean to forget what someone has done? Obviously, we won't forget the incident. We know what had happened. We know what somebody had done. So it's not that I forget the incident, but I forgive, I forget means it doesn't hurt anymore. That's all it means. It's like a physical wound. When we were children, cycle, bicycle, falling, we injured ourselves. Small wounds, big wounds. Some wounds healed, and because they healed, we don't even remember when they happened. But some scars are still visible on the body. And every time we see the scar,